Okay, this is Strider here. Starting off the Champions Stadium walkthrough. As I promised in my last video, I am going to go through each of these stages one by one and give you the breakdown of what I'm doing using minimally invested free-to-play story units. Okay. After looking at the parameters and discussing, I think I'm going to start the sync battle countdown with Bruno. This is probably the worst one in my opinion, the sync battle, because once the enemy syncs, the way that the Champion Stadium works is, unlike Battle Villa where it rotates back and forth between the side enemies and the main enemy in the middle, in Champion Stadium it rotates back and forth, but once the first sync occurs, the middle enemy will just keep spamming moves until it kills you or you kill it. So you want to kill the middle enemy, but if you kill the middle enemy, like I told you in last video, we saw in last video, the side enemies start spamming just AoE moves and kill you. So kind of the deal is you want to kill all of them as quickly as possible before they kill you. It's not easy. The team that I chose here is Brock as my main tank. Brock is very tanky on the physical side. His defense is, I have invested in him, but he also can sharply raise his defense 4 stages by using his trainer moves, and he comes with an innate passive Stoic, which allows him to raise it even more. This stage here does not have any crit moves. I do have Vigilance on him, which if you do have a chance to roll lucky skills, then I do recommend Vigilance on Brock. And he also has like a 1-bar spam, although it is 90%, and his 2-bar spam lowers speed is 95%, so he might have a problem with accuracy, but we don't need him. We just need him to stay alive and to use potion support just to stay alive so that we can keep attacking. If anything goes wrong and Brock's the last one standing, he does have a mini sync nuke, so we'll try to get maybe we should use the 2-bar spam to lower the enemy speed. But our main damage dealers are going to be Mew and Calum. Mew is able to boost his own speed, which is always nice, and he has like a random trainer move, so he can raise his attack, his special attack, for 4 stages, which is good because he's a special attack striker, which will be good against Bruno. And then it like drastically raises any of his other stats randomly: attack, defense, special defense, speed, accuracy, or evasion. So we might have to reset. If you're doing this stage and you see that it says his attack has been raised, just reset right there, because that's not helping you at all. Mew doesn't have any physical attack moves, so raising his attack by 3 stages is just a waste. You would want something like defense raised. That would be really good. Special defense, again, there's no special defensive moves on the stage, so that would be a waste. Speed is good, even though he can raise his speed. More speed is always welcome, as we talked about Gauge last time. Accuracy is, for what we're doing here, we don't need accuracy. His other moves need accuracy, but we're going to be spamming Psychic. Evasiveness would be also really good, so that any stray earthquakes or AoE moves come our way, or if it's just down to Mew and we avoid the attacks, we can stay alive longer. Mew is also good for this stage because he has super duper effective on his passives, which make his moves stronger against the stage. And that's going to come in handy. We're going to use Calum as a sync nuke, because Calum is not the bulkiest one. He's going to fold really quickly. He can survive 1 sync, but if Bruno gets down to a 2nd sync, which he might because this is the faster one, then Calum's going to go pop. So if you do have, like, if you could run Skyla, it might be better on this stage. But we want to save our stronger units for later in case we run into trouble. So we're going to run it this way. Caleb gets a sync nuke if the enemy is paralyzed, and he can paralyze the enemy himself with a 90% chance. We want everything to go perfectly. It's going to be tight. So if he misses his Thunder Wave at the beginning, just reset. You want to make sure that you're basically this move is acting like 100% move. We're not going to use the trainer moves to begin with because we want to save gauge. So we're going to just go right out the bat to paralyze and then sync with him. While the other units we have Mew and Brock buff. And then after Bruno syncs, we're going to use our trainer move to get our HP back and to boost our special attack so that our next sync nuke is going to be doing some decent damage. And then after that, we'll let Mew take over while we buff our speed so that we can get the gauge back up. Again, it's going to be really tight. This is not your ideal comp, but these are all units that you can get just by going through the story, free to play. Who would I use if I could use anybody? I would probably use Mewtwo. If you have Mewtwo, great investment. Mewtwo with Roxanne as a tank. I mean, as a support, not as a tank, as we saw last time. It doesn't work. And then, you know, any of your other tanky units that you have on the physical side. Brock would work, right? Brock, Roxanne, and Mewtwo could clear the stage easily. Okay. So, but right now I wanted to do purely free to play. No grids. These don't have any grids. I took all their grids off. Right. Whoops. Here we go. No, you can see there's no grid tiles here on any of these units, even though they all have grids. If you can grid them, do it. Professor Oak gets a wonderful sync nuke. So I would run him as a sync nuke if I could grid him. Caleb runs wonderful support as a gridded unit. He gets a lot more HP on his heal, on his potions, and he can boost speed, pep rally with his syncs as well. So yeah, he's pretty good support when he gets gridded. And Brock, obviously, can get master healer and potion repress, which is what you want. But I want to do it as minimal as possible. Again, you can see that I don't have any bracelets or any bandanas on either. So this is pure out of the box. I mean, I did invest in Brock and Mew because they're good units to invest in, and I've been playing since the beginning, and I've spent money, so I have a lot of those 3-star power-ups. But you should be able to get similar results without investing in them. If you can, then do it. Skyla and Misty are the 3 stars that you want to invest in first, followed by maybe Brock or Iris. Alright, and Mew as well. Alright, let's see how it goes. If we mess up, we're going to reset, and we'll see how close we can get. Pray for good RNG. Please, RNGesus. Here we go. Make sure you're getting those 3 moves in as quickly as possible. In between the fight. So here we go. Buff.
Watch and learn.
We got it in. Okay. Nice. Oh, accuracy's not that good, but let's see what else we get.
Go!
Oh, we failed. Okay. How does a 90% move miss 50% of the time? It's just really annoying in this game. The balance of accuracy versus evasion with the enemies and our side is just not fair. All right, yeah, don't go through the whole battle if you've missed. You know, Mew didn't get the best proc on his trainer move, and we missed the first paralyzation. So just reset and start again. Don't waste time. Boom, and paralyze. Okay,
watch
got
and
it in.
learn.
He's still with close combat, which is actually good because the precinct, his close combat is not going to be good, and it lowers his special defense and normal defense, right? So we might have to make this hit here pretty easily. hopefully
Watch
this
and learn. Time for some offense.
Why? Nothing. Okay.
And that's it.
Oh, missed. Alright, we're gonna go back because now we're
Take
flinching.
this.
You don't want to. If you get flinched, if you're missing, just reset. I'm gonna do this one more time, and then I'm gonna come back to you. If this doesn't work, I'll just record the one that works, and then we'll talk over it. Okay.
Let's go.
Buff, and
Watch and learn.
okay. Defense,
Time
perfect,
for some offense. Go.
nice.
Make me proud.
Alright, so far everything's so good.
Watch and learn.
Yeah,
Time
nice.
for some
Another
offense.
defense, perfect.
And
This
that's
is
it.
Alright, we're gonna sink down the side here on this Harimara, whatever his name is.
This.
We're gonna get our speed in, and we're just gonna kind of work the counter with rock throw. The sink point. We gotta paralyze the Conquistador as well. Get it in? Oh, it's too slow. That's called the God Q. If you can get it right before, after your... If you can get a move queued before the enemy queues a move right after your sync, then, you know, it takes perfect timing, but... Alright, nice. No misses on there. So he's got a sync move, so we're gonna take damage. So I'm gonna queue this move up here, and we're just gonna start going down. Now, again, Battleville is random, so we have to pay real close attention, because he could just start spamming buffs, or he can go right into close counter spam, and then we're done. In fact, I'm just going to do the potion right now.
And that's it. Go. You can't touch us. Make me proud.
Oh, and a paralyzation. Nice. Alright, let's get the Q in.
Go.
Oh, he's gone into close counter spam.
You know what to do.
So, let's see. I think we can
Leave it to
survive
me.
one of these.
Take this. Go.
Perfect. So the next time we're gonna sync against
You can't touch us.
Bruno, because he should be able to take down the side.
Now's my
And we want to do
chance.
the most damage as possible, so
You know what to do. Take this.
okay, that doesn't matter. The problem is, he's gonna get his sync off and just kill Balaam really soon, so
Go.
they get really slow at the end.
Go.
Eat my words.
Go. Take this.
Could be a miracle and he survives, but I doubt it. I'm just gonna go pop.
You know what to do.
Bruno,
Go.
Brock might go pop too. Okay, he's gonna be down to Mew.
Leave it to me.
We almost got our nuke off again. A little slow. He's gonna kill us right away. Ooh! Caleb survived.
Go.
This is perfect.
Go. Make me proud. I underestimated you. Go.
We got this.
Make me proud.
Paralyzation, baby! See, you just need to reset a few times to get the right run, and then it's GG.
What happened?
Good game, guys. Cool.
My Pokemon research has truly paid off.
And my eggs are hatching. All right, well, that's it for... Actually, yeah, that's it for this one. That's my completely free-to-play team. Yeah, obviously Mew and Brock were a little bit invested. If you have... Okay, let's do this. If you have... if you have any of the sync pairs, who would I use? Let's see. Sync grid. Okay, so let's go by... Sync move. Okay. If you have the pairs, you want a good support. So, you know, obviously always Skyla. Not Cheryl. Leaf is always good. She's got potions. If you manage to pull her, she's got potions. She can restore gauge, and she has a 1-bar spam, which is just great for working the counter. Plus, her like sync move is just buffs everything. So, if you have a couple good strikers, you can sync with her, and then you can just boost their attack if they're not able to boost their own stats like their defense and their special attack or whatever. Rosa can help with gauge, and she buffs special attack. I wanted to save her for a little bit later, and I want to save Skyla for a little bit later. I'm worried about Lance, to be honest. Liza is a good support. She buffs special defense. Actually, she's not the best, but she would increase lucky skills if you have her on a team with Mewtwo and Mew or Calum, right? And she raises special attack as well. So she could help units that only raise their attack 4 stages. She can help max them out, right? So Liza is a good support, actually. Get back there. And Roxanne is good because she buffs defense and she buffs study buddies, but she will go pop to fighting, to his sync. So as long as you're getting the defense up, getting the attack down, and you have Mewtwo, you know, then she should survive long enough to do what she needs to do and help get the damage output from your main striker. Obviously, Sabrina is probably one of the best supports in the game. She can use Reflect, which would reduce physical damage, which is great against Bruno. She can heal and boosts accuracy and special attack. So, you know, even if you don't have a strong psychic attacker, you could put her with like Lance, and that patches up his accuracy problems, or, you know, even Brendan or something like that. And if you have her gridded, she can get like a pep rally or pep squad on her Reflect, which boosts speed as well, and she also boosts crit, which is always welcome. Crit goes through defense buffs, so there you go. Those are the units. Dawn is pretty good, actually. She can boost defense, and her passive skill lowers their attack. So if you have her as the main tank, you know, and they're hacking away, each time they hit, their defense is going to go down. And you can use her trainer move to just heal back up again. And it's like, oh, we gotta start again. Just do keep in mind that they get the sync boosts. So it's really like a game against time. You need to weather their attacks, but their attacks are going to get stronger over time, so you need to take them down as well. Who else? I think as far as tech units go, sleep. Serena, you can always sleep with. That works well on any stage if you do that. Serena, who else sleeps? Agatha and Ramos. Right? If you can get Troublemaker, Lucky Skill on any of them, then you can just put the enemy to sleep. And they might use buffs, but they're not going to be using their attack moves. If they're out of buffs, then they'll just sit there. That works like with sleep, flinch, and freeze as well. They can't do anything, and so you can work the sync counter and you can get ahead of them and build up their buffs your sync buffs as they're not doing anything. Mina is also great for this stage. If you have her, put her on a team, use charm, and just, you know, go. Be careful. They do have Iron Head, one of their enemies, so you wouldn't really want to make her your main tank. But you can quickly bring down all their attacks. I would just charm Machamp down to -6, and then, you know, maybe copy whatever buffs he had, like speed and crit or whatever, and then, you know, maybe use Dazzling Gleam when you can. But she does her job once she does charm all the way down. Kukui, not that great for this stage, to be honest. I mean, he's great for any stage, but he lowers defense. But you're gonna bring special strikers against Bruno, so you don't really need to lower defense. That's it. Those are the units I would use. As far as strikers go, you know, obvious choices are Mewtwo and Mew. Caleb works as a sync nuke, as we saw. I wouldn't bring Tate because he's physical against physical. It would not work. But if you don't have any other better striker, Caitlyn is actually a really good special attacker. She can boost her own gauge. And Wally, if you have Wally, he's a good special attacker. His Focus Blast is just crazy. But be careful, he's Glass Canyon, so he definitely need defense and potion support like Skyla. Wally, Skyla, and Mina, that team can clear any physical attackers in like a second. So that would be a great ideal backup comp. Alright, well, that was fun. Join me next time. If you have any questions or comments about your units, you can, you know, ask me in the comments below. I will, if you want to know about sync grids, I did not use sync grids, but sync grids can definitely help you win a lot easier. You know, ask me about sync grids, and I can send you images of recommended sync grids. All right, join me for the next one. We are going to go after Lorelei. So join me to see who we're gonna take against Lorelei. All right. Thank you for joining. See you next time.